What's up, guys? Movie buff talking Doctor Sleep. Now, this is the continuation of the 1980s movie, The Shining, with Jack Nicholson. So this is a continuation right after that movie. Obviously, it takes place where the little boy, he's all grown up from The Shining. The one who's, pedaling around on the thing and, Jack's kid. He's all grown up. He's been living with The Shining this entire time, and you can kind of tell he goes kind of down a dark path as for a long time. He's kind of just like alcoholic and just kind of like drinks himself to sleep just to kind of drown out the voices and stuff, which I mean, I can't say like is a good thing, but like you can also, damn, that'd be tough to live with. So that's kind of where he's at, and we kind of see him progress. He kind of goes, he meets some good people. He gets some good opportunities. He joins AA. So he's kind of coming out of the slump. So a lot of the movie is his kind of like rise to being better. But as you see here, this girl's name is Rose the Hat. And she's part of like this almost like vampire-ish type people that hunt down and live off people's shine. The shine is obviously the magic that the Jack has, that other people have, that you can tell future events, you can see dead people, that kind of thing, communicate without talking and stuff like we see in The Shining. They feed off that, and they feed off fear, and it's almost like I said, they're almost like vampires, like a coven of them, and they're just like gypsies. They just like have this convoy and they just roll from town to town, and it kind of shows in the movie like they've been doing this for not years, for centuries. I mean, you're talking like you've seen the Romans rise and fall, you've crossed oceans, discovered land, you've seen kings bow to you, all this stuff. So these guys, these people, these feeders of shine, they've been around for a long time. And there's getting less and less people that shine in the world. So they're kind of starving in a sense. And they each one of them have an ability. So some have the ability to kind of persuade. Some have the ability to like read people a certain way, and then some are the person that sets the trap. And so they have this little group and stuff, and you can even in a part of the movie it shows kind of like how they recruit and stuff and what they look for. And so they kind of recruit people, have the shine, and if they have enough skill where they can use them, they'll turn them. If not, they'll feed on them. And so it's pretty creative spin on the Shining like lore. And obviously, we meet this little girl that has a lot of shine, which I'm saying is very rare. This little girl right here, she has a ton of shine, and her and Dr. Sleep, they've been communicating via mentally for a while now, and they've kind of become little pen pals and stuff. And then there's an event that happens, and it kind of shakes things up, and it forces him back into, okay, I'm gonna have to use my shine, because he's been kind of like keeping his head down, like not using his shine, doesn't kind of almost wants to forget about it in a sense. It's caused him a lot of drama in life, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. I mean, obviously the fact that his dad went completely nuts and tried to kill his whole family and all this, which he goes into a little bit about like why he decided to put it to bed for a while. But there's an event that happens that basically this little girl's life is in the balance, and the old maintenance man from The Shine comes back as a ghost, and he's kind of like working as a hospice, and he knows when people are dying, so he kind of comforts them because he knows when they're about to go. And so once the guy comes back, he's like, hey, this is the right thing to do. You got a second shot. It's time, to pay your debt forward. So it kind of forces him back into the light, and he wants to make sure these shine feeders, I don't know really what you would call them, but that they don't get this little girl and like kill her and stuff. And you know, she is pretty bright and she has a lot of shine power, which she's almost kind of like what, in a way, she's like a Jedi as far as the shine goes. Very young Jedi, like a Luke Skywalker. And, you know, Ewan McGregor, you know, obviously is kind of like an Obi-Wan, which, I mean, if you're a Star Wars nerd, you'll get that reference. But it's very poetic because that's kind of the relationship that they have. And it ultimately forces them to go back to, you know, the Onlook Hotel. And they have to kind of like, he has to look his demons in the eye in a sense. And there's a ton more that goes into it, but I don't want to spoil a lot because, in my opinion, this movie is super long. Get ready for a long haul. Like you know, for some dumb reason, they weren't showing it in reclinable seats, so we were in the standard and stuff, which, not my girl's favorite. Not my favorite either, especially when you've been spoiled like we have, but it is a long movie, and you do feel it. But for me, it kept me involved with the story going forward enough to where it didn't really bother me that much. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot that has to be explained. And I found the whole Shine Feeders and their little convoy, their little group, very fascinating. And Rose the Hat is basically a horror icon, in my opinion, after this movie. She's right up there with, you know, Pennywise and Ghostface and all them. She'll be a horror icon, I believe, for a while now because she's pretty vicious in this movie. And they all have little nicknames in the group. You know, we have like the Snakebite Girl and then the Raven, and they all have these, you know, little nicknames of based off their personality and stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to go into too much more as far as spoilers go. Just know that if you like The Shining and you like horror movies, you're going to be into this. This is very horror, thriller, The Shining, supernatural type movie. So, you know, I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's not doing great at the box office, and I think that's just because a lot of people in this generation haven't seen The Shining, and even I had been familiar with The Shining, you know, Jack Nicholson, you know, here's Johnny, you know, like that terrifying, you know, face in the door and stuff. And there's a lot of callbacks and stuff. And they even have, oh, hold on. They even have a little homage to Jack in the movie, which I thought could have been done extremely better. That was my only nitpick of the movie. But other than that, man, like I said, it was pretty good. If you like this type of film, go check it out. Even if you want to kind of go watch The Shining, you know, on streaming and then go into this one, it'll give you a better appreciation and understanding for what's going on. But if you don't, you're not going to be completely lost. It's enough to kind of, that they do enough throwbacks and stuff to kind of like, oh, okay, like this is what's going on and this is what happened before. So it's one of those type deals. So go check it out, guys. I mean, I would like to see this become like a franchise where we look at, you know, how these Shine Feeders, you know, came about and, you know, what's their whole deal and stuff. So if movies make money, we're going to get more. So go and vote with your dollars, guys, and go give this one a chance. Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.